Okay, so my question with all of these futuristic movies is, when does society move away from normal names and we get these weird, like, goofy fantasy names, like Caesar Flickerman? And
Flickerman, I barely know Herman.
like, seriously, when do we go from, like, Smith or Jensen to Flickerman?
It's because the Flickerman name has been around for 74 years. At the start of the Hunger Games, they needed a Flickerman. He just comes in and flicks you.
He's just like, all right, we need a guy to flick all the contestants before they go into the Hunger Games.
And thus the name Flickerman was born.
You know how they have the, like, Quagmire discovers porn?
Yeah,
and his arms, it's just his middle finger's just jacked. It's just a jack.
God, and then, like, you
like
got
the No Country for Old Men hole in their head, just bang, bang.
Yeah, you got Gale, you got Primrose, you got Katniss, you got Peeta, you got Haymitch. Like, where do we get these crazy names?
Yeah.
Gale is not a crazy name. It's just like
Crazy for that guy to be called Gale.
No, but it's Gale with an I.
Gale, like pale.
It's Gale with an I.
It's Gale with an I. That sounded so weird through the headset.
I thought there were like fireworks going off outside for a second.
Muffled
or like
fireworks.
bombs. I don't know. Is it the Hunger Games?
Right? Is that contestants dying?
Are we in District 13?
And welcome back, everybody, to season 3 of every film in the book. And guess what? We're going right back into another series.
Another sci-fi, baby.
But there's no dinosaurs in this one, so you don't have to worry about that.
Mutant dogs that spawn out of computer programs.
They're called mutations. That's what they're called.
Oh,
How
wow.
stupid is that?
That's really good.
Remember that whole...
Jeez, that's so good.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing they don't show you in the movie, which would have been freaking cool, is in the book, they have the faces of, like, the dead contestants that had passed previously.
On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should have done that.
They should have.
And like
starting off with critiques.
Yeah, and like they were supposed to be on like 2 legs, and like they
just like run at you
like that whole ending with Kato. Apparently he has like armor on, and like the dogs are just ripping him apart all night. It's like 12 hours of him getting ripped apart.
Yeah, but instead she puts him. She kills him.
Yeah, she puts an arrow in his head.
Well, if you guys haven't seen the end of this movie,
yeah.
sorry, I guess. But no, everybody has seen the Hunger Games, I feel like. If you haven't seen the Hunger Games, you're Michael.
Yeah, you missed out on the
I try to watch good films.
He just watched the Hunger Games for the first time.
Yeah, like I had said during the movie, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've watched some or all of them, but I don't remember. So I feel like it was one of those, I was somewhere and that was a background movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Which
I mean
don't
they
do
are
too
good
often.
background movies, because there are some lulls throughout this series. Like even in the second one, even in the finale, you're like, all right, let's get to the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, they definitely build this one up a lot, and I think they build it up enough where you haven't seen the games yet. You don't really know what it looks like, so they're kind of like building to it.
This one wasn't. I wouldn't say this was draggy.
No,
it didn't feel like it dragged.
There's like 1 or 2 scenes where they're just having a conversation where you're like, okay, can we say words, or are we just gonna stare at each other?
Yeah, there was a lot of looking sometimes.
Well, but
it's,
besides that,
it's the teen drama. We gotta stare at each other. We gotta like sigh every now and then.
Star-crossed lovers, Steve.
Yeah,
but in this one, it's fun because the star-crossed lovers it's all a show.
Ooh.
Or is it? Or is it not?
Or is it a show for one of them, but it's real for the other?
Drama, we're going to get into the tea. I can't wait.
Yeah, she should have just stabbed PETA at the end of this movie. Saved herself a heck of a lot of trouble for the rest of these sequels.
Steve, for the record, is not a fan of PETA.
No, I hate PETA.
Michael stands PETA right now.
Right now. All right.
Stands PETA.
Let's break it down here. So,
all right.
kind of a sissy. Yeah.
Minus points.
Yeah, but he is a victor.
Kind of sucks at anything to do other than body paint and hiding.
And baking some dope bread.
Yeah, but the only stuff we saw him bake, he burned.
He did burn.
Now,
the bread.
he'll tell you he burnt it on purpose, but
so he could give it to her.
Yeah.
He threw it in this wet street like she was a dog.
Right?
Steve.
Like he's feeding the pigs by hand, and he throws it in the muddy puddle. Here, you can
He's
have
like,
this.
crawl for it,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, goddamn,
He didn't get that crazy with it, but that's what he wanted to say.
And then he's like, but I've always loved her. I love when she crawls for my bread.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
It's like,
Go get my bag.
I should have just walked out into the rain and gave you the bread. Instead, I threw it in the street. I shouldn't have done that. And she's trying to shush him because murderers are trying to find them.
Yeah, so that's the Hunger Games.
yeah. From start to finish, that was exactly the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with PETA right now,
Okay.
but I feel like he's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah, they definitely lean a lot more into the love triangle. This one, they're kind of, setting up.
They set
Gail.
up a little bit, mostly by kissing.
And then Gail
Disappointment.
just looking at the camera.
Quality time together. Disappointment.
Yeah.
And then a third, they win, so he's relieved, but he's still disappointed they're holding hands on TV.
Yeah.
I wonder if they sat Liam Hemsworth down and they were just like, don't worry, dude. All right, you're just going to do a lot of dramatic looking in this one. But don't worry, there's going to be 3 other movies. We'll give you something to do by the end, I hope.
We can hope.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he becomes part of, like,
Oh, no, they kill him. He died at the end of this one.
Oh, okay,
No, he
cool.
didn't.
Yeah, he's dead.
Cool.
He's crazy.
I
No,
did watch
He
it.
died of a broken heart.
He is in the other movies.
He is? Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does play a role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really have to try hard not to spoil the movies for Michael.
Yeah.
The only reason I agreed was they said something about a love triangle, so I'm waiting for the threesome.
Well,
No,
you might
see-
be disappointed.
Yeah, if this was the Divergent series, we might just get a
Yeah.
threesome. But no, these are more tame. It kind of focuses more on the killing instead of the loving.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, I really like this series. I don't know why, but it's just one of the. It just kind of stands out to me.
Yeah, for me, it's like they have solid movies that have a through plot that all of them make sense. It doesn't feel like they added one on at the end and it just is disjointed. Like everything in the series connects really well.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I like going back and watching it, because it's like it's a decent movie. There are a couple things that are a little goofy or like
Caesar Flickerman.
or like how does PETA paint himself into the river without a mirror on his face? How did he do that?
He's just really good. He's really good.
How did he do?
It was all the blood loss. He just really started tripping
Yeah,
out.
It's the
he's-
gaping leg wound that really
In a
gave him the
river.
inspiration.
In a river, the water is just washing his blood away.
It's either that or it's just in the mud.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh
he
yeah, maybe he
packed
just
it in.
packed it in.
Packed
you know?
it full of mud.
Yeah. Made some pita mache. You know.
Pedo mache. Oh my word.
Oh, can't wait to get Giardia.
Giardia,
River
yeah,
disease or
whatever
whatever.
freaking grubs are crawling around in there.
It's gangrene. We gotta take it off.
Peta, I gotta be honest, man. Your leg's really starting to smell. We might have to cut this off.
I don't want to cut it off. It's
We could make it home.
She's like trying to use 2 arrows to like sever his leg. He's like, no, Peta, we gotta leave this.
She just uses that tiny little knife that's
Yeah.
like serrated on one side.
She struggled with a small tree branch, so his leg's
Yeah.
gonna take a while.
All right, Peta,
Jeez.
Peta, bite on the bow. This is gonna hurt. All the sponsors are like, holy shit. Yo, District 12 is insane, bro.
They send an ointment. Please, just put the ointment on.
Oh my god!
Just the ointment. No, sacrifice is why we're here. You're like, damn.
They basically send them like the suicide berries, and they're like, "Please, just put
eat
yourself
berry.
out of your misery. Get away from Katniss. She's gone crazy."
Oh my god.
Word.
But can we all admit Jennifer Lawrence, I think, carries this movie on her shoulders for this?
Yeah, I mean, I still think the other actors are decent besides PETA, but
I just feel like especially Liam Hemsworth, with the little they give him to do, like he's just so stiff and stupid.
He's like, I'm just the pretty boy in this series.
He's like, I'm gonna scare away your 100-pound deer, and then I'm gonna want to kiss you later.
Yeah.
This is the true, like, do you go after the pretty boy or the one who
Obviously the pretty boy.
beside you?
Yeah, but
I would take Michael over PETA.
yeah, and I would say both.
Honestly, she could end up with both, and they would probably be okay with
Brother
it.
husbands. Like sister wives?
Yes, brother husbands.
Brother husbands.
Brother husbands.
Yeah, PETA can sit in the
Yeah, and I
corner
feel
like
like-
Gale and Kat.
and I feel like in that society, no one bats an eye.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you're in the mining district. Like, just go
Do
in the
people even
mines
get
and have some
married
fun.
or like do they
Yeah.
just have babies
Yeah, I
and
don't
they're
know.
like, put them to work?
To the reaping with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think we just died there for a second.
Well, we were just kind of mourning the loss of,
Yeah, a
all the
moment of
other-
silence,
yeah,
please, for all
everyone. There's
the
a lot of
children
sacrifice
dying.
in this movie.
Yeah, for Liz. Liz
yeah,
died.
Liz.
Michael keeps calling Rue Liz for some
Oh,
reason.
she looked like a
and
Liz.
Yeah, I didn't know what her name was, and
they just
Liz
started
came
calling
out,
her
and
Liz.
yes, yeah, I like Liz.
So, okay, what do you think of the whole process of pulling names from a big pot, and it's a bunch of 12 to 18-year-olds?
Yeah, 12 to 18.
And the 12-year-olds have to fight the 18-year-olds, basically full-grown adults.
Life's tough, and sometimes you need to rise to the occasion. And what a better way to prove it than murdering 23 other people?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this movie it's a teen movie, so that's why they pick that age range.
Yeah.
But it does seem like something that on your 18th birthday you have to like be put into
especially
it.
if a couple of the districts are training people to volunteer at 18. It's like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you just want everybody to be 18 then?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I get the whole point is just to be like, nah, remember when you rebelled? Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Now 12-year-olds have to go fight. But like, for the people watching, like that can't be like entertaining for them to watch a
Right.
12-year-old go.
Depends on well, they've done it 73 other times, so it's
Like,
Michael
what
would
other
enjoy it.
what other show has 73 seasons, Steve?
yeah, they normally end at 9. Wow.
SNL's only at like 50.
we're on season 3. They've done that 71 more times.
Damn, that's a lot of movies they watched.
That's crazy.
No, but can you imagine like looking back at your high school if we were in the Hunger Games, you just get like the random like emo kids like, it's not a phase, Mom. I'm not going to the Hunger Games.
I think I'd have been down for it.
Well,
I'd
I know
have
you would
been- I'd have
volunteer.
been down for it. I wouldn't volunteer. I'm not an idiot.
No, I could see you.
Yeah,
volunteering.
no, I wouldn't volunteer. I'm not an idiot.
But like if you were put in that situation, you'd
But it looks like you could kind of just do some murder in society anyways.
So wait,
It wasn't like the tightest,
So you're saying if I was called, you wouldn't volunteer for me?
No, I would watch that season. Yeah, I would watch.
blast it
I
No, I would be glued to the television.
I would watch it, and I'm
You'd
not
be
going to describe what I'd be
You'd be
doing.
sending me like fake gifts.
Would you volunteer for me, Steve?
I don't think I
You
could.
can't. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
A woman,
it has to be a
yeah,
girl
yeah.
and guy.
I mean, I would volunteer, but then we would both be in there. And now we're fucked.
I volunteer.
Wait,
Babe, we're gonna
fuck.
die together. We go in and just before the 3, 2, 1 jump off, so you get blown up.
100%. No, I would spend that like 2 weeks that they give you in the Capitol, or 6 weeks, whatever that training period is before it. I'd get fat. I'd be drinking myself stupid every day. And then as soon as they put me in the ring, I'm stepping off of that platform.
Or you could get really good, get a high score, get a bunch of sponsors, main camera on you at launch, and then just step off. Two middle fingers, one step off, boom, done.
Oh my God.
I think that sends a statement.
Well,
it's like he was the best of them.
Yeah, like that's the sad thing. Like in the book, one of them does step off, and like the whole thing starts with a huge explosion.
I was expecting one.
Right, they set it up to make it seem like someone's gonna jump the gun because Haymitch says,
"Yeah,
don't jump off early."
I feel like someone will do it in the next movie. That's just my thing.
How do you know there's a game in the next movie?
The Hunger Games?
Yeah. What if they just light things on fire?
The other movie has Hunger Games on it too.
Oh shit! They spoiled it on the box.
Catching Fire, The Hunger Games. I think.
Shit! I hate when they spoil the movie in the title.
In the title, something's getting lit on fire during the Hunger Games.
Well, like honestly, once they get into the games, like it seems like it goes pretty quick. But like I keep looking at the timer, and like they were in there for what, 9 days, like 10 days, I think.
Yeah, it was a week and a half or something.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like an average of how long these things like normally last.
Yeah, I mean there's also a prequel movie to the Hunger Games where you kind of realize that like the point they've gotten to is like they've kind of let it go.
Yeah.
And they've grown it for sure. They start small and you get to a giant stadium, so it's going to take them longer to kill each other in a larger space.
Here's my thing. It's a TV show. Mm-hmm. Clearly, all those sponsors and things like that, there's a lot of money going around. So this is going to generate a lot of income for the Capitol. So they're going to do it as long as their viewer count keeps going up. They have a lot of viewers. When it tapers off, they try to hold that viewer count as long as it can. When it starts to peta out... Sorry. I had to do one. When it starts to peta out, then they start influencing again.
Right.
And gets people talking. Views go up. Then they finish it on a bang, leaving everybody satisfied because then, then they ask to help us prepare for next season. Mm-hmm. Would they pass the plate around again? You know what I'm saying?
See, I think Michael should have been a game maker because he would have been a lot better than that guy with the twirly beards.
Yeah, I'd have made this nuts. This would have been crazy. Nobody's got a gun. There's no guns. See, what you do is you put firearms. You just limit the amount of ammunition.
Yeah.
So they have to decide whether or not they use it.
But why would you want more long-range weapons when you want the action to be like hand-to-hand, like knives and fists?
Then
like, that's where the action's at.
Sawed-off shotgun.
You got to get real close for that one.
With like really sawed-off shotgun. Yeah. It's a last resort gun to turn the tides for an underdog.
There you go.
Michael's just upset that there were no guns. I feel like there shouldn't be guns.
There should have been at least one gun.
No, because guns are an unfair advantage because all you have to do is go like this.
Well, but they could have given... No, maybe give the 12-year-old a pistol with like 2 bullets.
Give the 12-year-old a gun. Can you imagine Bruce
that 12-year-old is not going to make it all the way through, and that gun's going to be in the hands of someone.
Yeah, but there's only 2 shots, and most likely the 12-year-old is going to miss both.
It's fingerprint recognition.
2.
Yeah, 1, 2.
You have to put up your fingerprint to make the gun go off.
Biometrics.
Only a 12-year-old can.
They scan the blood to make sure that was the person who was registering for the lottery or whatever. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, they got those kind of biometrics.
Yeah, you can't fake your entry.
So, and for me, that little tidbit was like, that's why they're still there.
Yeah, they're definitely controlled to the point where they would know if you weren't in the city anymore.
Yeah,
because they're doing these
say,
checks.
Like, you wouldn't make it 5 miles. I would make it 5 miles.
Yeah.
At least 5.
Shut up.
And then that's when the bullet goes in my head.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess like if you go into another district, you're you're gonna get encountered by these peacekeepers or whatever.
Yeah, see, this is why I needed that prequel to actually explain like Panem as a world.
Because
like
no
idea.
Idea.
All we know is there's 12 districts and they all supply to the capital, but it's like, do the districts talk to each other? Do they are there like travel visas? Do they go back and forth, or is it just like everybody's alienated from everybody and the only time they interact is in the Hunger Games?
Yeah, I mean, what they set up in this one is that the 12 districts are all divided basically by their occupations.
Right.
Like obviously there are towns within each of these districts, but it's like you make the coal in District 12 for the rest of the districts, and in District 11 they do whatever. And the only way we really get to know that is by that comment about the costumes that they wear in the ceremonies. And that like whatever their district is, their professions or whatever.
Right. Saw a couple cowboy hats.
I don't know what that one was.
They were probably the ranchers, so they probably did all the beef.
Yeah.
They would have done
livestock,
all the chickens and pigs and cows and
right.
Yeah, because Caesar Flickerman says there's 2 power plant workers. I didn't know who those were or like what district that was.
Yeah, I never really got the full spectrum of like the districts. Wow, districts.
The districts.
But it is like with 12 of them, like it doesn't seem small. You know?
Yeah, no. But like that's,
and then the capital is huge.
Yeah, like it would have just been nice to like pull back a little bit just to kind of see how the districts are set up, because like I'm almost picturing it's like rings around like the capital, and as you go in,
you're picturing it like Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm picturing.
Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah, and they have like walls in between each district,
but
and they're like.
I think what it's supposed to be is a dystopian America.
Right.
So my thought is like it's by like region.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, and by resource.
Yeah.
Because there's not coal everywhere.
Right.
So those would be like in Kansas.
Yeah. I just like I don't know why. I just for some reason thought it was like they were all separated and like the only way to get in between each one is like the train and all that.
Well, the train, it was like 200 miles an hour. And it's not, well, if you're going 200 miles an hour and you have rooms for sleeping, you got a ways to go on that train.
Yeah, so it's like they're going cross country, basically, is my thought.
Yeah. Then I wonder where the capital is. Where do you think they moved the capital in this new?
You don't think it's DC?
I don't know. It didn't. I mean, it could be DC. But I feel like that was more like, that seemed like coastal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing any large bodies of water.
Oh. They had a pool in the center of town
for some fucking reason. It was a big pool. Huge pool.
That's like, do people actually swim in that, or is that just decorative?
It's a decorative pool.
Like the mall in D.C. has that pond.
Oh, man.
They have that pool.
Decorative
reflecting pool.
You have this huge decadent society. You can't even use the pool.
Well,
that's
keep
silly.
the riffraff out of the pool, Steve.
Well, I guess if you take all that time to get your hair crazy like they do, like you wouldn't want to get that wet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very visual focused on what they look like.
They really separate the people who live in the capital versus everybody else. It's extreme trying to show like
extreme
extravagance. These people have wealthy.
Extreme body modification and
like I gotta be honest, if I had to dress like that every day, I'd rather be the coal miner. Like put me out there. Like I don't want to put all that crap on my eyebrows and shit.
Yeah, and like the blue hair.
Oh my god, yeah. I would have to dye my eyebrows too. That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, you would pick a look unique to you, Steve.
Yeah. Maybe purple eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll light myself on fire.
A warm lavender.
So I don't know. I feel like the setting up of the Hunger Games, it's all fine. They have to get sponsors.
Yeah.
Once we like you said, once we get into Hunger Games, it really goes. But then you do get those moments of like quiet that makes it feel real. It's not all killing.
Yeah, because it wouldn't just be constantly people fighting. Like you would have to take a break. You would have to regroup, like
to
rest,
eat, sleep, go to the bathroom.
So like they make it feel realistic, where it's like, and like especially with like how dirty they get throughout the movie, and like different cuts and different injuries that they get. Like every time we cut to Katniss and like a couple days have passed, like she's
got a new scar.
Yeah, she's fucked up in a different way.
But their ointments,
great ointment.
top
oh
notch.
My god.
Yeah.
Universal ointment.
Broken femur, little ointment.
Put a cream on it. Somebody cut your arm
really
off.
gnarly,
Put a cream on it.
gnarly scar on your forehead. Overnight.
But we were debating about if the cream that she got for her burn wound was a different cream than the one that PETA got.
I'm telling you, she got yellow glitter cream and he got purpley white cream.
Yeah.
Two different creams.
A burn and
I say the lighting was just different in the cave. Okay.
I think it's just a healing thing. It's just like put it on everything.
Oh, like a universal like heal?
Yeah.
I don't know. That one had glitter in it though for the burns.
And it could have been scientifically tuned for whatever injury because it was given by a sponsor and they want their sponsor. Well, I imagine it's kind of, that's good airtime. Like they would be announcing who is sending the package. So they'd be like,
right.
And now this corporation is giving...
Pepsi has sponsored today's ointment drop.
Today's ointment drop sponsored by BetterHelp.
Brought to you by Manscaped. How are your balls?
Do you ever nick yourself shaving? Well, use this knife and you won't.
Like... Then they get some care packages that are just dumb. They're like, ugh, I got another sponsor ad one. I didn't get it's like, oh man.
It's like an ad for Angry Birds and you're like,
it's just
I need water.
It's just, they open it up and it's just a brand new Gillette razor. 5 blades, the comfort of swivel head action to follow your face's cut. I was like, I'm not shaving. But you have to be like, oh, thanks.
Thanks, Gillette.
Like, wait, which tree camera
which
5?
Camera?
Tree camera 5? Wow. Now I can hide better because my
such a close shave.
Such a close shave. Or that's what when you almost die, they give you one of those and like, wow, God. What a close shave that was.
Today's Kill Cam sponsored by Gillette.
I want to see more of the ads that they're playing between the Hunger Games.
Oh my God,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, the ad break is like...
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl commercials. Like everybody watches the Hunger Games
and it's
for
all
the commercials.
the most famous people. And like, what are you watching the Hunger Games for? The commercials.
Yeah,
it's like,
commercials.
dude, did you hear NSYNC is performing at the halftime at the Hunger Games?
Hunger Games halftime show? And the animated Eminem guy comes out to it's green Eminem to announce the.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, see, we would do the Hunger Games so much better.
We would have made so much more money.
Guys, this year Beyonce's playing the fucking Hunger Games.
This ain't Texas.
But it's all like ridiculous
you out there,
stuff.
Panem? Where are all the single ladies at? All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
See, but it wouldn't be placating and for fun because they live extravagance. They don't need consumer products. So it would be for things like, is your district not producing enough? Us here at Research Weekly have found this serum increases productivity in districts by 11%.
Like, do you need more coal output? We just discovered cocaine. Give this to your miners.
It can be put in the water supply and will dilute itself to the appropriate dose of the drinker.
Are your slaves not?
Yeah.
We're a whipping company.
Oh my God.
We make professional quality whips.
We're professional district disciplinaries. They're like the the motivational speakers. They're like,
my God.
Is your district sad? And it cuts to like a rainy, muddy
oh my God, somebody
kid
just like shoveling mud.
Slowly. I don't like this. Are they lacking motivation? He's like, I've been doing this 20 years and not a single day off. Well, I've been studying district workers for my whole life. And with my regimen, I feel like we can get them back to the margins we need to succeed.
Oh my God, dude.
My 3-day course for $5 million is guaranteed.
Wow, $5 million. That's a deal.
To see results within 3 days.
Honey, I think we should subscribe.
Or your money
It's
back.
like, actually, the wheat. District 9 is we need more wheat out of it. Do you think we should do? Where's Gary? Gary, look into this. See if this is something we can get.
There's a whole
because you don't have to do it. It's just like, where's Tom? Can we get a hold of somebody from them? Tom, can you have them send somebody to us? I think that might work for us. We have been dipping the last couple quarters.
As per my last email, if the whippings aren't working, try more food.
Right? That would be
Oh my God.
I think we should make one of those commercials and see if they'll.
It'd be great.
Yeah. Air it before every Hunger Games.
Oh
my God.
So
yeah, anyway,
Steve,
back on track.
What's your favorite kill in the Hunger Games?
Honestly, it's when that little kid gets his neck snapped by Kato.
My favorite one.
Yeah.
That's a strong point.
Because it's just so decisive. He's like, you blew up, let all of our shit blow up. Bam, there's that shit.
Yeah.
I like the little kid hiding in the ship in the cornucopia.
Oh, in the beginning there.
The little kid, they show him hiding like 3 times. Yeah. As soon as he comes out, yeah. They didn't take any time with it. No. It was like you saw flashes of him, and then you saw one of the last one was him dying. I thought that was funny.
My favorite is Thresh, the kill for Rue.
Oh, that's good.
That's a
He's
good
like,
one
this is
too.
for Rue.
Just blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't want to keep being like, well, in the book, he smashes her head in with a rock.
Oh.
He just starts pummeling her to death.
I told you, that brick.
Yeah.
Somebody get me a brick.
Yeah. Now, the opening scene when they bring them all in.
Yeah, that big bloodbath.
If they just took like a little bit more time and just, I know it's PG-13. It would be R if they took more time.
It should have just been like a soft R. Like there's no cursing. There's none of that. It's just for the violence.
Right. And they should have shown each kill a little bit longer.
Like if you want to show that these games are meant to be brutal and it's a constant reminder of like, you need to be in your place. This is what could happen. Like, show us the violence. Show us like the visceral.
If you catch somebody off guard, that can be a quick kill. That's fine.
Right.
Like he just gets done killing somebody. Homeboy rolls up with a mace and pops him in the head. That's fine. But that would have been a lot of grappling because you're trying to get something to kill the other person with. So you have to get a hold of something. So you're going to be fighting over the weapons before you start fighting with the weapons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there would have been a lot more struggle and grappling. But I do think if they took more time with it, it would have had to be rated R because they get
it's definitely
get a bit brutal with it.
It's brutal enough for a 13-year-old. I think they get the point. They show enough. Like there's blood.
Yeah.
They don't hold back on the blood.
Yeah.
Some of the blood looks a little silly, but that's fine.
But there's blood on knives that you see going somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
it's just one of those things where I'm like, you just push it to that just a little bit further. Like when the concept of your movie is kids killing each other, like I'm going into that knowing this is like
this is going to be wild,
right?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna oh man, the Hunger Games showed me kids killing each other. I'm like, the whole plot of the movie, like fuck,
yeah.
But like, it's like I get, they're trying to bring in the younger audience, and it's for a younger audience. But
I think if they were gonna make it R, then I hope they would have added a lot of trash talk.
Oh,
because there was hardly any like.
Yeah.
They were all standing on those platforms for like a full minute before they were allowed to go anywhere. And I said this during the movie. It was like I would be talking so much trash. Like I would want to make you feel as small as possible before we kill each other. So I'm going to be ripping into everybody the whole time.
All right. Well, that's you, Michael. But I mean,
as Michael's hurling mean comments, I'll be like, "No, your hair looks very pretty. Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him. You can
I'm sure you're gonna live."
I do think they could have put that more into the characters from District 1 and 2 that are like literally trained to kill.
Right.
Like you think that would be coming from them. I think the way they showed it from Katniss's perspective is really cool though, because it's like the blinding light after being in this like dark tube coming up through the ground, and just like the realization of all of this happening just kind of makes her like go numb for a second. You get that like ear ringing sound.
Yeah, but
it's a cool moment from her perspective, but I do get what you're saying.
But my point is, when that tube starts going up, that's when
the expletives fly.
That's when you crack your neck, you shrug the shoulders, and you gotta hit the gas as soon as you like.
Like if you have
gotta
like
get
sharp
it on.
nails, like start like cutting your own like
yeah, just like I don't know, like I feel like
I'm coming for you, District 2.
Like a professional wrestler before he gets out, cracks early. He's like, all right, here we go. Here we go. Get up there. Yo.
You just get up there. What's up, jabroni? Shut up, bitch.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Smashes 2 buds together and chucks them down.
Somebody says something. What?
Yeah, basically the Hunger Games was made for Michael.
I didn't mind the concept. Like it looked like if they started doing that, I'd be like, okay,
all right, I'll let it go for a year.
I'd be like,
or two.
all right,
we'll
like it's not the worst thing. It's some better TV
like
than what's on.
I aged out. It's fine.
But
Let's start it.
You can see how this is very dystopian, right?
Right.
Well, I think we should do this right now.
We should embrace the dystopia.
I think we should do this now. I feel like
honestly,
society would behave a lot better.
Yeah, you think?
If we forced some people to kill each other.
Can we up the age to 35 so we can participate?
No, I don't want to be in it.
Just let the kids kill themselves.
Oh yeah. I'm sick of all these fucking 17-year-olds.
I do think it is funny, because certainly that is. Well, I guess it is a lottery, but that is a good way to keep the amount of strong people lower. Like if you get your 2 best people from each, but they were picked out of a lottery.
It's a lottery system.
Yeah. But I think if everybody trained, then that would be a good way to like get the 2 guys that could cause the most trouble out. The guy and the gal.
But yeah, I mean, I think they do a good job of showing how the districts are kind of ranked by their status.
Right.
So people in District 12 don't have time to train because they're too busy trying to stay alive, whereas District 1 is as close to the capital as you can get, and they have the time and the resources to put into training. So they do kind of touch on that in this one.
Yeah. They sort of start setting up the world a little bit more in the second one.
Yeah.
But you really just end up focusing on like Katniss and all that.
I mean, it's her story.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But it would be interesting to go back and like read the books or like listen to the books. And
I'm probably not going to read the books.
Yeah, that's fair.
The movies do a good enough job at telling the story.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the ending, Michael, that you may or may not have called?
Well, I did predict some things. It's not the most surprising of plot lines,
right?
But I think she gets it. I think he's letting his emotions get the best of him a little bit because it's kind of like a reality TV show. We know they're not really in love,
right.
But we're watching it for when they get into an argument, So I think she understands what she had to do to try to win, and I think she was willing to do that to get back home.
Yeah.
And I don't think Peeta's making it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think
any predictions for the second one.
I don't know. I think Peeta gets killed somehow.
All right.
Okay.
Because he can't go back in the games, right? They're mentors.
Right.
So maybe an accident in training, or perhaps it's a jealous lover.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe Gale
because of
kills him.
you said there's a triangle.
Yeah, maybe the other guy kills him.
I mean, there's obviously going to be some tension between them. So maybe it goes a little maybe it goes a little too far.
Oh, I like where Michael's head's at.
Because I'd probably want to fucking kill him. Like, I'd probably want to stab him too.
I gotta be honest, if I was in his Hunger Games, I'd go for him first.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, Peeta.
Two people can win this? She's the hottest one. I'm killing everybody else.
Oh wait, they have to be from the same district. It doesn't matter. She can kill me. It's
put
fine.
on her clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like by any means spoiling anything in the next one, but basically they kind of cut the ending quick, and they mention them going back home, but they don't really show what that looks like.
Right.
So the top of the next movie
you just kind of tossed into
is them
right before the
home?
next Hunger Game.
Yeah, I think it takes place like not like a full year.
The movie isn't about like the next Hunger Game is in the next movie.
Yeah,
it's not like the space in between.
No,
they don't go full drama and then action.
They do go right into the next one.
Yeah, because it kind of like picks up maybe I think like a week or two before the Hunger Games,
and they've had some time apart, and then they're having their first real conversation.
Right. So you kind of we play a little bit of catch up in the beginning of the second one, but I love where it goes. Like I think you'll really like the second one.
Yeah. No, the second one's a solid movie. Usually in like trilogies or series, the second one kind of like is either really good or really bad, and this one happens to be really good.
I like that they ramp up the stakes, but not like crazy amounts, just enough where you're like it gets you invested.
They raise the stakes higher than child murder, forcible child murder, Steve.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Okay,
I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see it.
Well, next time on Every Film in the Book, check out us watching Catching Fire, the Hunger Games Fire Mockingjay.
Yeah, we're covering all the Hunger Games for the next foreseeable, except for the prequel. But we're hitting all the way up to Mockingjay Part 2. Michael's seeing it for the first time. I'm very excited for him to see the conclusion to this series.
I'm seeing it for like the 10th time.
Yeah, we just watched this like 2 weeks ago, so I'm excited to watch it again. But yes, like Danielle said, catch us next time. We will be covering Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Hunger Games, Part 2, 11-12. There's so many of these. We will see you next time, guys. Goodbye.
Bye. Say bye, Michael.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.